Friend, that was weird. That was kind of weird. I don't know what that was, but we're gonna run it back, friends. Hello, welcome back. I'm gonna have to go out on a limb and say I can't possibly be the only one thinking about what would it take, what would it be like if all three Hughes brothers were rocking on the New Jersey Devils. I just think it'd be cool to have your whole family on one team, but just to think about not just that. In this case, how often do you see three just elite potential players? We're still waiting on Luke Hughes, but the other two in that category of elititude already. To see all three of those playing together on a team, I think it would be absolutely incredible. But if y'all can do it, let's kind of do it in like the next year to let's do it for a couple years while the Blue Jackets kind of bad at hockey. It might be 5 years. Who am I kidding? Let's get that out of the way. I ain't really all about the competition, the threats and stuff. And Columbus is playing some good puck. We'd rather you guys not have that. You guys could separate, maybe go to Vancouver or something, go out west. I don't know. Nonetheless, we are not trading with the Anaheim Ducks. We're going to trade with the ones they call the Vancouver Canucks. Vancouver going to be a tough team to deal with because they're kind of pressed up against the cap. Quinn is on a relatively reasonable deal. The Devils have, what do they got? 5 million in caps. Or not, they're over 5 million in cap. Let's take a look at that Quinn Hughes trade value one more time. He's a franchise player. I'm assuming he is pretty much maxed out as a franchise medium, and yeah, that's the best face we can make for that one because that's going to be a lot. So let's start the bidding out with. Let's see what the price tags are. I mean, I really like the Son of Nico. He's got the better trade value. We're going to start bidding out with Dougie Hamilton just to get. Oh, wow. We have to give up Nemec too? What if we can give up Nemec instead? That was saying, if you can give up Nemec. Dang, look at Luke Hughes at 86. If you give up Nemec and. I don't know. Nemec is so young. I don't think you go down that road. We're going to say Dougie Hamilton. I don't understand how there's a world where Pesci has a higher trade value than Dougie Hamilton. What if we said Pesci? I don't know where we're going. Everybody's got a new trade clause. I forgot all about that in this game. Dang. That's going to make things a little more difficult. Pesci. Let's talk a little bit, dude. So, we're going to trade you whether you like it or not. Success. Sweet. However, if I can keep you winning elsewhere, I'll wait. That's what I'm talking about. That's my guy. Now, the question is... Who was I talking to? Was it Pesci? I already forget who he was talking to. Quinn Hughes didn't have the no trade clause. That was surprising. I guess he's young. He signed that long-term deal, so I thought, maybe. So we have Pesci. I don't know. Does Meyer have a modified one? He does. Man, Meyer. That's going to make things difficult. Some guy, if I'm Timo Meyer, I'm not leaving. You got Luke and Quinn passing me. No chance. I'm at the point moving that puck around. You got Luke, Quinn, and Dougie Hamilton. You really don't need Dougie Hamilton. It doesn't make a lot of sense to have all three. It doesn't make a lot of sense to have all these defenders. You're going to have a sick top four. You don't need Nemec if you're going to have Quinn Hughes for the next 8 years. Sorry, Nemec, you're gone. You've been voted off the island. Quinn Hughes for Nemec and Pesci is not going to be anywhere close to enough, but we're going to send that trade just to make sure. The Vancouver Canucks have this great thing called a trade block. You should check it out. I did check it out. You said send Quinn. Oh, because he's on a 3-year. Is Quinn's on a bridge deal? I thought he was here forever for some reason. That ain't right. Is that right? How long has he been on that contract? I swear he just signed an 8-year contract with these guys not that long ago. Because it kind of squashed that. Did he not? I could be wrong. What are we going to have to throw on here? You're going to want some draft picks. I understand. The Devils. Oh, okay. Well, about these draft picks, right? We ain't got any. Would you guys like a box of chocolate? A knock on your door twice a day, box of chocolate. There was a Nielsen dude that did that to us. Like the ratings company. They made him here like, I ain't even kidding here. I feel stalked at this point. They've been here like 15 times. He was coming every day for like 3 days a week. He was just coming knocking on the door thinking I was going to answer that. I was crazy. I was like, oh, okay. I thought it was kind of cool because they'd pay you to do it, but... And they be up in your business every day like that. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. You're knocking on my front door every 3 days. I'm a big fan. Anyway, first round draft pick. Quinn Hughes. Send it, baby. They're still looking for better. Okay, we're giving a Nemec, a stud in the future. First round draft pick, Pesci. Now they know what Pesci's going to give them. He ain't going to give him Quinn Hughes. It's going to take a lot. And I understand that. That's why we said go ahead and take Winnipeg second round draft pick. And they are still saying we're barking up the wrong tree. We'll throw in another one. I mean, it's just raining. They're just second round picks. They're useless to me. Take them both. They're still not going to take it. Okay, that they felt the same way we did. They're useless. Maybe we can give them a first. We're running out of assets. We're talking 2 first, Jet second, Nemec and Pesci for Quinn Hughes. I am sending this trade all day, every day. Again, I don't know what Nemec brings to the table in 3 or 4 years when he's fully blossomed. But right now, oh, it's gone. And that is why Vancouver once again says there's no chance. It's not happening. We're going to have to add another asset on the skater side of things. I'm not sure where we can go here. Brat's got a no movement clause. We can't trade Luke. We can't trade. We could trade Nico if he's willing to move. And that's where we're getting expensive. Starting to get up there on the price tag. Hopefully Nico is willing to wheel and deal, walk out the door, please and thank you. He said that is not going to happen. That was kind of disrespectful, Nico. We're going to ask you one more time. How many times can we ask a young fella? Because he's got to go. I ain't got a chance for him to stay. He's not willing to do it. Can the New Jersey Devils, do they have the assets to trade for Quinn Hughes is becoming the question now. Wave that dang no trade clause. You're the worst. You are absolutely the worst. I'm not sorry for bringing it up at all. I asked you 3 times. I think you got the hint. You have Jack. But we can't send Jack away. You can't send Luke away. The amount of players that we can send out this door is quickly thinning. We can ask Jesper, but he ain't going to take it. We done lost all of our coaching morale. We're up to 10 with him. And he said, no, thank you. I'd like to stay here. And of course, you don't blame the guy who signed that long-term deal. Medium long-term deal. How long is it? We're talking out our rear ends here before we know. Siegenthaler? Hey, Buzz. Jonas? They're willing to send him. He's a team he's been willing to trade to. They'd be over the 50-player organization. We are getting expensive. And this is the best. I mean, can the Devils trade for Quinn Hughes? We're going to force it. I'm going to tell you right now, we're going to force it. That's going to happen. We'll force it and see what happens one season with the Devils. This is the trade they're going to get. Here you go, Vancouver. They can't. Well, the Devils do not have the capital right now to trade for Quinn Hughes. That is nuts. Again, if you're the Vancouver Canucks, why would you, I guess, right? Why would you trade away an elite player like Quinn Hughes? I understand that wholeheartedly. But usually, a team has the assets. And again, I don't say they don't have the assets. They do have some assets, but they're not willing to be traded. And they also have, they have, Jack Hughes. They have Luke Hughes. They have some great trade assets. They just can't, we ain't going to have the brothers. I didn't want to continue that. I'm going to do this. I got a question, honest question. How many times y'all did this year where you go to the franchise and you just hit the button, or go to the season or whatever, you hit the button expecting it to bring up the next menu of like continue new load and then completely forget it's at the bottom of the screen? Because I have done that at least every time. Trade difficulty easy. Let's see what we can do here. Not going to fleece the computer. Wink, wink. New Jersey, what you guys got? Maybe maybe in season mode they're a little bit more flexible. They're probably not. Definitely probably not. They're not. But, and I mean big but, they get rid of the no movement clauses. We can throw on Jesper Bratt. Now we're talking big money. Pesci, Bratt, Siegenthaler, Nemec. Now you're starting to make me question in a big way if I make this trade from the New Jersey Devils. And Vancouver still doesn't think this is. I didn't get this far. They're embarrassed. What? They're embarrassed by our trade offer. That was some crazy stuff right there. That is beyond. Jeez. I have nothing. I mean, we can throw on a prospect. I'm not doing more than that. I don't even want to do. What draft pick was this? They're gonna be over the skate organization limit. Second round. You can have the second round. Yeah, I ain't upset about that. This is gonna not end well. Clearly. We're forcing a trade, though. You're going to get what you get, Vancouver. You're going to like it. They will not take Jesper Bratt, Pesci, Siegenthaler, and Nemec. We're willing to will and deal the entire house in New Jersey. And Vancouver says for Quinn Hughes, it's not going to happen. That's not true. We gotta follow through. This is going to hurt. This is going to hurt a lot. This is going to hurt a lot. I can't do this one. There you go, Nico. They're still rejecting the trade. To get the Hughes brothers all on one team. Pesci, Siegenthaler, and we are trading away 3 defensemen. We can't trade any more. We won't have any more. You're going to have Dougie Hamilton. You're going to have... let me see how much Dougie's going for. Dougie is worth more than Pesci or more than Nemec. I mean, you could say see you later, Dougie, and we could be okay with that. I already forgot who we got rid of. It was Jesper Bratt, Quinn Hughes, Timo Meier. I mean, I guess we get rid of Siegenthaler. No, Pesci, we're good right there. Nemec, can't speak. Nemec, Siegenthaler, Pesci. We would keep Nemec. We would trade Dougie. I don't think it's going to matter. The trade meter is about the same. So they're going to want us to add on more. And now we're getting a little bit crazy. Crazy would be an understatement. Timo Meier. There you go. Trade accepted. Jeez. Well, New Jersey, I didn't mean to crush your dreams and your hopes, or some would say your hopes and your dreams, but that's never going to happen. Because look what this team's about to look like in order to get that trade to go through. Jack Hughes, Jesper Bratt, Tatar, Dawson Mercer. The head coach would like to help. Go ahead. Eric Hall at you, boy. You're going to be sick on defense. And you're still going to I mean, at the end of the day, you're still going to be sick on defense. If you're a believer in Dawson Mercer growing as a player continuously, you're still going to be all right there. The depth is gone. It's out the door. But you have Quinn Hughes, Dougie Hamilton, Luke Hughes, Brendan Dillon. And again, the depth is out the door on defense until you're going to have some cap space moving all those players to sign some players. And that's a heck of, I mean, at the end of the day, that is a heck of a core. You talk about having those three locked down for the next decade. Would you gut the rest of your team? Let's say you're not the Devils, you know. Let's say if you're outside of the Devils organization, I guess maybe that's the way to go. Like, would you be willing to will and deal those players? Because when you look back at it, you say, I think the one that gets me is Nico. It's so hard to get quality. Nico, point per game player last season, quality defensive player, quality in the dot. It is so difficult to get that going in the NHL, and having to, that's the thing. If Quinn was a center, and you were trying to trade for two centers, oh yeah, send it all out the door. I wouldn't trade as many defensemen, but I'd give you all the forwards. I got that kind of faith. I got that kind of faith in the Malkins, the Crosbys, the Wards, the McKinnons, the Matthews, Tavareses, the Dreisaitl's, the McDavid. They can bring the players up around them. Just add some depth pieces around, some players that can just, push up on a stick and score goals, quite frankly. But when it's coming to, in this case, we kept Dougie. You got Luke Hughes. You got Quinn Hughes. I mean, you got three guys that are very offensive. Only so many guys can carry the puck around. And I think that's, that would be the demise of the Devils. They had all three of those. I think you could send Dougie out the door. Maybe we should have tried that. If you'd say you can send Dougie, keep Bratt, would you do that, New Jersey? Now, mind you would have three good defensemen. And in the bottom three would be a big concern. But at that case, or not Bratt, Nico. You got to keep Nico. You'd have Nico, Hughes, and Bratt. I think I'd be really happy with that. Again, you got to figure out something on defense, but you're going to have the cap space. And you're going to have three really quality defensemen moving forward. So it's not difficult to look for a bottom three. The problem is when you're looking for the bottom three, they can be pricey in free agency. So you'd have to draft and develop them. But I don't know if I'd mind that too much, honestly. To be fair, they still do have Brendan Dillon. That's the thing. Siegenthaler had some great trade value. He cost a pretty penny, I'm sure. And out the door, easily replaceable. Meier, again, kind of a pretty penny. Out the door, opens the cap space up. You can, no, you can't. I don't say you can find another 40 goal scorer, but with these centers, you can produce some good goal scorers. We've seen that happen. Nonetheless, the Devils are going to make the playoffs with this team, surprisingly. I mean, they drew the Carolina Hurricanes in the first round, and probably isn't going to go well. It's definitely not going to go well gone in 4 games, but they did make the playoffs. How this team did with these three as the core, though, let's take a look real quickly. Jack Hughes had 79 points, not even a point per game player. So clearly, the morale was not boosted by getting to play with the brothers. Quinn had 66 points, a -5. Dougie had 48 points. Where is Luke? Luke's down there at 39 points, a +2. So seeing the power play guys out there a little bit, 3 power play goals, 9, 2, 13. Seeing the guys on a power play a little bit, but it got the New Jersey Devils bounced in the first round. Nonetheless, as always, if y'all enjoyed the video, I'd appreciate you liking and subscribe. You never have to. Thank you all.